Hello and welcome to this walkthrough of the library website. My name is Erica Harney and I am one of the librarians at MCDS. So if you want to go to the library website, you type in mcdslrc.weebly.com. LRC stands for Learning Resource Center. It's what we call the building where the library is. So once again, that's mcdslrc.weebly.com. We have a lot of great resources there. And of course, some of the great resources that we have, all the physical books, are in our library catalog. And you can view that at home online if you just click on this link to Follett Destiny. And this is the library catalog that you'll see. We have some lists of popular titles, of topics, and we also have collections that Tessa and I have made of books. So if it's back to school time and you're looking for a back to school book to read, you'll be able to find the information here under the back to school collection. So if you go back to the main Destiny Discover site and you want to know if we have a book, or if say you just really like dogs and you want to find a book about a dog, you can look here and you'll see the covers of the book, you'll see the call numbers, and you'll get a sense of what kind of books that we have here. And you can always click on the book and click on more details if you want to know more about the book so that you can really see if that's the book that you're looking for or not. So that's how you would find physical books, physical items in the library if you're looking for them. If you are looking for an ebook right now, say that you're somewhere where it's hard to get to physical books, then you can just go onto our Overdrive app. So if you click on Sora Overdrive, that will get you in. I've already logged in, but for you, you would log in with every part that comes before the @ in your email. So for students, it would normally be, say, E.Harney.S. And then normally it would be followed by @mcds.org. But for your login, you just want the E.Harney.S. part if you were a student. And so students have access to this. If you're a faculty, you would just log in with E.Harney. Again, the part before the @ in your email. And if you're a parent and you want to have access to Overdrive, email me and email Tessa and we can hook you up with that. Most of the titles on Overdrive, we focus on chapter books. And so they're really mostly for 3rd grade students and up because they're mostly chapter books on the Overdrive site. So you can look for books on the Overdrive site here. Similarly, you can see the new editions. You can browse what's most popular. You can browse some collections. And of course, you can always search for a book. So if you want to search for a book about dogs here, then you can see some options. We have that same book that we had in person in the library, A Dog in the Cave. That's a good nonfiction dog book. And so you have more options here for you in Overdrive. And it's really simple to just click borrow and borrow it, and you check it out for a period. And when it's done, it automatically gets returned to the library. So that's a great option for you with our Overdrive site. Some more options that we have in the library are if you go to blogs, there's the library blog where we post the occasional updates. And there's also the librarian picks blog. So these are books that Tessa and I have read and we enjoyed, and we're writing about the books and recommending them on the blog. And you can search them by, say, if you really want a good book on global perspectives that maybe takes place in another country, you can search for that. Or if you want a good, let's say, sports book, then you can look in the sports tab and see what sports books we're recommending. Similarly to the librarian picks blog, there is actually a student picks blog. And so this is where students have shared their reviews, and you can again search it by the graduating class of the student who wrote the review, by what grade it's recommended for. So if you're in 5th grade and you're looking for a 5th grade book, then you'd click 5th grade. Or you could search by fantasy, fast-paced friendship, categories like that. And if you would like to submit a review as a student, you can go to this form right here and fill out the review form for student picks, and we'll put it on the blog for you. We love when we get student reviews. New books is a great tab tab at the top of the website there. You can see books by category, like new poetry books, new biographies, new chapter books, juvenile books, new picture books, and you can also click on that link there, and that will bring you to a page where you get to see even more of the new picture books. So if you want to say, hey, I wonder if there's anything good that's come out recently that the library's got, that's a great place for you there. We have, of course, under resources, we have a lot more resources, including our databases. And so if you need the passwords for those, just email me or email Tessa and we can get you the passwords for those. And so we have Biography in Context is really great, US History in Context, Brain Pop, all sorts of great resources for our students there under databases. I want to point out to you in lower school, we have new lower school books there. And we also have under lower school this new lower school book request tab. So this is new this year because we will be looking at the library differently. If we are in person, then students will not be able to come into the building pending on the safety of the local conditions. And so they will fill out a request form and then we will deliver the books to their classroom. And during distance learning, we're making curbside pickup available. So if you would like a book, then you'd fill out this book request form and we will get it for you and make sure that you can get it during curbside pickup. So if you go to lower school book request form, you have to enter your email address, your name, what grade you are in, and I'll just start filling this out here. And I'm going to click teacher staff. And then you can either pick, I want a specific book, in which case you'd go to the next screen and you'd say, I really want the book Biscuit and the Puppy. And you can either choose, if this title is not available, do you want us to pick something similar for you? For example, another Biscuit book? Or if Biscuit and the Puppy is not available, do you not want anything? It's Biscuit and the Puppy or nothing. So, so that's your option there if you have a specific book in mind. But if, say, you're like a lot of students and a lot of parents who you don't necessarily have a specific book in mind, you can say, I want you to pick for me. And then Tessa and I will use our judgment to try to find books that we think you would like. So you can say, oh, I really want some picture books, but I also want some nonfiction books too. And I'm really interested in, I'm really interested in art and I'm interested in dragons. And, I'm also interested in and I'm interested in engineering, for example. And then you'd say how many books you want. I'd say 7. That's going to be good. And then if you have any other notes, you can type in any other notes and hit submit. And then we will go ahead and collect those books and let you know when you can go and pick them up. So there's a similar process for upper school. If you go under upper school book request, then once again, you'll have to fill out your email and your name. And again, I'm going to select teacher staff. And if you want specific books, it's the same process as the last one. You'd say, I want to check out specifically Rebound. And then you'd fill that out. But if you don't know exactly what you want, you could say, you know what, I really want some young adult books and I really like comic books too. And I want some nonfiction. I have very wide tastes and interests. And you could say, I love to laugh. I love humor. I love novels and verse. Those are really great. I love supernatural stories. And I'm also looking for books that take place during World War II, maybe some nonfiction books about World War II. And I read a lot of chapter books all at once, so I'm going to say 6. I want 6 books. And if there's any other notes, you can put in any other notes that you want and fill out the form that way. And we will get those forms and collect the books and deliver them either to the classroom if it's in person or to the curbside pickup if it is distance learning at that time. Upper school has some other great options here, like the librarian book talks. And so those are videos of us recommending books that we like and we think you will like too. And so that's another great option there. And of course, there's new upper school books there. And for parents and teachers as well, we have new books for adults. If you're looking for a book that to help you with mostly parenting related or things that relate to our DEI goals, then you can find the books here. It's not going to be as much free reading, the latest paperback John Grisham novel for adults, but for ones that are related to our education that we do here, you can find books. And so those are all on the library website. And if you have any questions, just email me, email Tessa. So eharney@mcds.org or tgaddis, GADDIS @mcds.org. Or you can also email both of us by just emailing library@mcds.org. And that shoots an email to both of us, and you don't have to worry about how to spell our names. So that's always a great option. And so if you have any questions, any concerns, comments, we love to hear from you. We love to give really personalized recommendations, so you can always email us, and that's a great option. So thank you so much for taking this time to look at the library website with me.